Hi guys, it's True here. This is Middle-earth Shadows of Mordor on the Xbox One, which I got the other day. This game's set between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, so it's bridging the story, or bridging the gap between the two stories of Middle-earth. Now you play as Talion, a ranger who's part of a Gondor garrison stationed at the Black Gate. The garrison's attacked by Sauron's Uruk forces led by 3 captains and the Hammer of Sauron, or the Hand of Sauron I believe he's called. And what happens is Talion and his family gets, as well as the rest of the garrison, get completely massacred, but he doesn't die because he got slain by a Morgul blade. Somehow he's trapped in like kind of limbo, he cannot die, and he's also become attached to an elven wraith who has no memory of who he is other than he and his family were also slain in similar circumstances. So you set out in Mordor to 3 counts really. Talion's looking for revenge, to avenge his own death and death of his family. The elven wraith needs to piece together who he is and why he got slain in the first place. And there's also like a third story going on as well, which is like the continuing battle against the forces of Mordor, like the 3 men of Mordor battling the orcs on a regular basis. So there's kind of like 3 branches to the main game. Now when I first started playing this, the tutorials were very, very complicated, so I'm just going to go through briefly what actually you're meant to do on this game, because it is quite clever. It's very clever indeed. Now this screen you're seeing here is a very important screen in the game. It's the Sauron's army screen. Now there's 20 orc slots there in the first 3 tiers, and they're governed by 5 war chiefs at the back. The 5 war chiefs command the 20 captains in front of them, and the front row's the lowest rank, the middle second, and the third obviously the highest rank of captains. Now the ones that are grey, the ones that are blanked out in silhouette, they're the ones I don't know who they are yet. And the ones that you can actually see characters of, they're the ones I know some information of. Now to get the information, you interrogate orc informers, or worms as they're called, and get information. If you click on a silhouetted one, he'll become solid, and then if you click on a solid one, or if you interrogate somebody else, you'll get a screen like this which tells you the strengths and weaknesses of each captain. Now they're very important because they do actually influence how you actually kill the captains. Also, you may have seen some lines connecting some of the captains to the war chief and other captains. Red lines depict they've got a conflict with that other captain or war chief, and white lines show allied lines between them. So it's quite in depth. What's also great is as well, all these 20 captains have got a life of their own. Regardless of what you're doing, they're going about doing their own thing, and anybody who knows Lord of the Rings, orcs are always power hungry and they always want to be the one in charge and everything, so all these are struggling against each other whilst trying to work together as well. So they backstab each other, kill each other, try and get promoted, because they all want to be a war chief on that back tier, and they'll do anything to become there. So they might decide to hunt you down and gain favour that way by killing you. They may decide to form allies with other orcs. They may decide just to simply kill other captains and take their place, or they may even be very sly and actually form an allied alliance with them and actually then backstab the orc captains, or they simply just organise executions of one another and challenge each other for duels and stuff. And this is all going on. You can be doing a story quest and all of a sudden some orcs have decided to band together and hunt you down. It's bloody good. Now moving on now, this is the 3 weapons you've got. You've got the sword, you've got a bow, and you've got a dagger, and they've all got a maximum of 5 rune slots, which you unlock for another ability tree, which I'll show you in a second. You get runes by killing captains, and then you slot them in to give you bonus effects to those weapons. So there's quite a lot of depth there. The upgrade system's a little bit confusing because there's quite a lot of bars going on. Now the top right underneath the RT button there, top left underneath the RT button is the blue bar. It's your experience bar. You get that by doing quests, killing enemies, and when that fills up you get an ability point to spend on this screen. Now each line is a tier, and to open the next tier, as you can see, tier 4 and 5 are locked. You have to fill the red bar up by slaying orc captains and completing orc captain events. And that leads on to the third progression screen here, which unlocks extra energy, extra arrow capacity, extra focus capacity. Then we've got rune slots for your sword, your dagger and your bow, and that's unlocked by spending the currency in the game, which is something called, I think it's called Myra, something like that. So there's quite a lot going on. Very confusing, because it bombards you with all this and doesn't do a very good job of explaining it to you. This final screen here is the game progression screen of all the quests, collectibles, side quests, liberation missions, all stuff like that, basically. And anybody who's a big fan of The Lord of the Rings, who likes the lore and things like that, there's an awful lot of information in the appendices section, from treasures to locations to a bestiary. It's history of some of the main characters that appear in the game, location details, all accompanied by very nice artwork, as you can see me flicking through it there. It's really good and highly detailed, so actually kind of thing you're going to be well pleased about it. I'd actually like some of these pictures as maybe desktop screensavers and stuff like that, desktop backgrounds, because some of them are really good. There's some like ring wraiths there, got the orcs, there's old Gollum, who does appear in the game. I'm not sure if he's voiced by Andy Serkis, but I think it might be, because if it's not, I do a damn good impression of him. But yeah, very detailed. Right, now here's Talion, the main character, just saying briefly there, and this is the world map. I think this is just one part of the world map, because I've not unlocked the achievement for unlocking all the towers yet, so I think there's a second large area of map similar to this. Now the red missions are ones where orcs are interacting with each other, whether it be assassinations, conflict, duels, executions, things like that. The yellow ones are story missions, the white ones are liberation missions, and yeah, there's quite a lot going on. Now in this part I'm just going to show you how the game kind of works. I'm just looking for a worm or a grass basically to hunt down and kill, because so when you start off, all those orc captains are blanked out, silhouetted out, you don't know who they are. I'm just looking on the map here, because it's all randomly generated, so they're not in any set place. None showing up on the map, so I go for a little wander here. But you have to engage them in combat and grab them and interrogate them to get the information from them. Obviously when you're in the middle of a fight you can't really do that, so you've got to kind of like defend yourself against them, take everybody else out and let them be the last man standing. Here's a little brief look at the combat system here. It's kind of like a cross between Assassin's Creed and the free-flowing system of the Batman Arkham Asylum series. It's very gory and gruesome though. I'd say it's more fluid than both those systems. I mean, you sometimes can be fighting in excess of 50 enemies, and it can get very difficult. And you don't feel like Assassin's Creed, you feel like you could fight as many enemies as you wanted all day. But yeah, in this you don't feel that, because captains are on the prowl as well, and they may decide to join in, and captains are very tough to kill. If you don't know the weakness, there can be a big problem. As you saw there, you've got stealth kills there, and I did a brutalized kill there. That's an ability you unlock. And actually, the reason the other orcs ran off there is because when you brutalize an orc, they get scared and they run away. Now I managed to find the worm. Now I've marked him on the map. There's a quick look at a distraction there. You like burst a beehive and it attacks the orcs and really works to distract them so you can sneak past. Now worms appear in all enemies appear in blue in the Wraith's vision, and worms appear green. So that shield bearer there is a worm, so I've got to take out his two mates. He turned around there and spotted me, which meant I'll go a bit wrong there, but I managed to still take one out because his back turned. He decided to run off, which was a bit unexpected, but yeah, here we go. Grab hold of him, and then you get this, you can A to interrogate, and then you can either interrogate him or kill him. So choose to interrogate him, you get your Sauron's army, screen again, and then you can pick an orc to learn some information about. So I'm going to pick a silhouetted one to reveal his location and name. And then I have to track down another worm and click him again to bring up his strengths and weakness list. Oh, he came back. Thought he'd have a quick go. This is the shadow move I'm using. You use it to sap energy off them to replenish focus and replenish your astral arrows that you use. If you do it twice on them, you'll explode the head, and there's a lot of abilities are tied to those in later tiers which I've not actually unlocked yet. Another quick example of the free flow system. It just so fluid. I mean, those two kills were strung together, and it was just like it was choreographed. It's just really clever. Really clever it is. This is one of the Rave Towers, which is a bit like Assassin's Creed Watchtowers, which reveal parts of the map. So they have stolen a little bit from Assassin's Creed there, as well as the climbing sections. Right, let's show you a couple of interactive events that the chiefs didn't do by themselves. So this is a duel. One of the captains decided to try and take a step up in rank, and has picked another captain to have a duel with. There's the information about them. Now I'm going to interfere with that and cause a disruption to it. Now whichever captain dies, the other one will gain power and stature and become harder to kill. So this is a little cutscene here where they're challenging one another. The green weapon that guy's got there, that's a poison weapon, and they're very nasty. They proper sap the energy off you. So there I am overseeing them there. Now I go into my Sauron's army. This is what you've got to do. This is where hopefully your interrogations reveal the information from. Now you can see the red connecting line to show that the adversaries from one another. And I didn't have information on the weaknesses, I don't think, of either one of them. Actually I did. I had the weaknesses on this guy here. So you can see his strengths and weaknesses, but I think it was explosions, and I don't have any explosive arrows as of yet, so I couldn't really expose his weaknesses. So there's them two slugging it out. I mean, you could just leave them be, but what would be the fun in that? So start to take one of his supporters out there. Don't know which faction he is, but start to take them out by the arrows. They've spotted me now. But also the other guys, henchmen, have spotted me as well. They're piling in from me right there. So it's kamikaze time, and jump down and show you an example of the fluid combat system. It works similar to Assassin's Creed and Batman games. You get a prompt with Y appearing to do a parry, and if it's a heavy blow which you can't parry, you'll have the A button to dodge. But it's an awful lot more fluid. You feel more in control, and you feel like it's less automated than the Assassin's Creed ones. Now this screen is showing that the duels ended, one died and the other one survived there, so that has been resolved. I get 40 power points for doing that. But I mean, it's just so fluid, the combat. I mean, there was one occasion where I fought 100 enemies, not all at once. There was probably about 20-25 on the screen at once, and it wasn't like on Assassin's Creed where one would come at you at a time. They were all coming at me at a time. It was, I mean, it wasn't all coming at me obviously, because they would be all piling and kill me, but a lot, there was more than one coming at you at a time, so you had to be wary. You could be in the middle of a move and another one would take a swing at you, so you had to break off and cancel that move and defend yourself. As you can see there, I was in a combo with the chief, and that guy tried to get me from behind there. Now the reason the chief's gone green there is when they go green, their energy's low enough so you can hold them, and if you hold them you can do interrogation on them. So that's him dead there.
Thus ends your
when a chief dies, regardless of how he dies, whether it be from your hand or another captain, or even just from another event, like you can just be killed randomly by a creature in the game, It drops a rune, which is what you use to like provide power-ups for your bows, daggers and swords. And here's an example of a liberation mission. This is part of the Free Men of Mordor section of the game. It's basically rescuing slaves, and this mission in particular, after I've collected these arrows, shows you a bit of a dynamic approach the game takes, with the captains doing their own thing regardless of what's happening to you. I think in this one I'm going about my business rescuing the slaves, and a captain who took it on him to hunt me down crashes my party basically, and makes things an awful lot more complicated. And it can happen with more than one captain as well. I've had occasions where 3 and 4 captains have all piled in, and then the fight becomes almost unwinnable. But they're all doing their own thing. Or you might try and tackle a captain, and he's got his allies nearby, or another captain he's allied with is nearby, or coming to meet him to participate in another event, a duel or a feast, something like that.
I had some on a road building detail, and they were starting to collapse.
Now there's an example of a brutalised kill, which will not there because it's brutalised. It just put fear into the heart of the other orcs, and that's why they run off there. But these missions work in one or two ways. You can tackle them all stealthy if you want, and it actually works either way, whether you choose to go stealthy or all-out combat. And all the different powers linked together as well. It's so fluid. You can mid-fight flick to your bow, get a few shots off. You can use your wraith powers that you've got, or you can just simply rely on your sword. There's loads of different methods, and it's so fluid just to switch between all the different ways you can actually kill enemies. It's just really, really good. Each mission as well normally comes with a bonus objective, as you can see there. I think on this one I've got to get 3 brutalised stealth kills, which is not too difficult. You get about 50 of the currency to spend on your ability trees. Now, I don't know how that guy didn't spot me, but let me get another stealth kill from above. Now I think this is where it all goes a bit wrong here. So we take him out with a bow, and look at all these guys behind the prisoner. So I decided to go back and get this one first. In that wraith vision, if you've got a captain will show up red. So there wasn't a captain there when I took that first look there. There was a guy carrying a shield. The shields always appear red, but he wasn't a captain. But yeah. And the thing is as well, when you're in the middle of a fight, the captain can just pile in, and you don't know he's there until you actually attack him, and you get the little captain cutscene. So we take him out there. A lot of people have been criticising this for the graphics as well, saying they're all murky, dull, brown and all that lot. But at the end of the day, you're in Mordor. Mordor is a grey, desolate, barren area with no vegetation as such. It's just rocks and mountains and volcanic ash. It's described as like one of the most inhospitable places in Middle Earth. So quite what people expected from it. You're not going to get lush forests or grassy plains or anything like that. I mean, if they obviously expanded the game to cover all of Middle Earth, then they could have really gone to town on the graphics, but it is in Mordor after all. So yeah, it's grey, it's black, it's muddy, it's brown, but oh here's the chief.
Even I'm losing my patience with you.
But yeah, it looks bloody good. I mean, this is at night, so you're not seeing it in its best light there, but it's in the daytime. It's really, really nice. I'm not sure how the system's going to work as well on the older generation machines. It's called the Nemesis system. That's what they're calling it. When they're all Nemesis, the orcs interact with one another and stuff like that. I know it's been delayed on the 360. I don't know if it's been delayed on the PS3, but I think they're struggling to get the Nemesis system to work on such a scale, because it must take quite a bit of processing to have 20 independent NPCs deciding to do their own thing and go about their own business. But yeah, like I say, this guy just decided to come and find me and crash my party. There is an example of the fluidity of it now. If I fire an arrow into the fire, it explodes the fire, takes them all out there. It's just so good how you can quickly switch from bow. And that exploited this guy's weakness as well. He's got fear of burning, so because he's set on fire, he's doing a runner now. And I definitely want to kill him, because this is how you unlock all your extra moves and stuff, by getting power, wrestling power from the orc captains. So I got a bit of a chase here, and I actually failed my mission that I'm on, my liberation mission, because I'm straight outside the mission area. But it's worth it just to get this guy. You get added bonuses for killing them, exploiting their weaknesses and their fears and stuff like that. The power rating of the captain determines what kind of rune gets dropped when they die. This guy's pretty much toast now. Because he's run away. He's abandoned all his supporters and everything, so he's pretty much isolated now. And you think this is the killing blow? Yeah, there we go. Stab to the chest, and another one bites the dust there. And like I say, so there's a vacant gap in Sauron's army now, but that won't stay vacant for long. It'll get filled by an aspiring grunt who wants to become a captain. So yeah, I have to go back and do the liberation mission again now, but I actually activate another liberation mission which was nearby. There's two pretty close to one another. Now this one shows another example of how interactive and how you can use the world to your advantage. It's the same thing, got to rescue 3 prisoners, but the bonus mission on this one is I've got to get 3 calf, I think it's called Carfogs kills. They're basically the kind of like giants. They're not wargs, they're not them giant wolf things or anything, but the like beasts that prowl around. So I was shooting this giant load of meat that the orcs have hung up onto the ground, and that lures them in. Now you'll see them pile in any second now. You probably can start hearing the growls. So there they go. Now they're going to do all my dirty work for me. They're going to cause such a distraction that I can sneak my way in if I wanted to. But I want to show you what you can do with these guys. Once you unlock the right ability, you can use them. You can jump on them from above, do this little mini game. Just move your stick into the circle, press the relevant button, and then you've got your own beast. Now you can hack and slash, you can fire your bow from on the back of these. Once they're down, you can bite them like I'm doing now and savage the hell out of them. You can do kills from above. It's really, really good. And some of the captains have fear of beasts, or fears of beasts. So if you attack them with a beast, they'll start running a mile or be seriously impaired in combat. So that's again where your interrogations come into play. Some of the captains as well have hatreds, and what a hatred is, if you trigger that hatred, they'll get stronger, they'll get into like a rage mode and get extra regeneration and health and extra strength and stuff. So if I say they've got hatred of beasts rather than fear of them, you don't want to bring them anywhere near a beast, otherwise you're just making the enemy twice as hard to kill. But it's just all the different ways you can decide to complete missions, really. I could have chose to completely ignore that side objective and just stealthed it, or just completely gone in all sword swinging, as it were. But nope, I decided to lure the beasts in and let the beasts do my dirty work for me. So there's one more to rescue here. Get back on my beast. As soon as you get off the beast as well, it doesn't just stand there, it goes about its own business again, so you gotta be mindful it doesn't do a bunk on you. Here's the beast still savaging away at the orcs there. Finished them off on the back of this one. Makes it a lot easier because those guys when you're on foot are very, very deadly. And then rescue the last prisoner, which completes the liberation mission.
I just want it to end. Please help. Thank you. If you come across that caragor we let escape, don't let it bite you. It's a nasty thing.
These creatures are quite versatile as well. They can jump up walls and things. Yeah, I unlocked an ability point there by filling my XP bar up, but I want to save it because I've nearly got my next tier of abilities open. Not enough currency to buy a new rune slot or anything like that. So yeah, go back and do the original liberation mission that I had in the first place now. The one where I had to get 3 brutalised kills. The one where the war chief, not war chief, the captain interrupted me on. Yeah, I've alerted quite a lot of enemies there, but when you're on the back of this thing, you can just outrun them with no problem at all. There's more than just orcs in the game as well, other than these beasts as well. There's I've seen trolls. There's these things called ghouls, who I think look a little bit like Gollum, but they're not. They haven't got power of speech or anything like that. They're just vicious beasts basically, and they've got these horrible ones called matrons, and they're bloody horrible to kill them. I had a right epic battle with one of those the other day, and I nearly killed it once, and a war chief, a captain popped along, and he actually said to me, he says, "Oh, it's not a bad time, is it?" And then started kicking my ass, as well as with the Billion Monster were kicking my ass, but then they turned on one another, so like a three-way battle. They were pretty good. There's another example of a brutalised kill there, which scared that one off who saw it happen. This one didn't see it happen. Some of the lines are silent a bit, if you know. But he should have really reacted to his mate getting massacred that close to him, but he didn't for some reason. Another example of how you can just quickly transition into using all kinds of weapons and stuff.
It's the dark.
There's an awful lot more stuff to unlock as well. A lot more moves and stuff, because when you get your combo up to 8, your sword starts glowing blue. You've got access to a different moveset then, where you press certain quote combinations, and there's an awful lot more of those to unlock as well, so I expect the combat to get an awful lot more vicious as it goes along, to be honest with you. There's an example of a shanking that I was going to try and do, but I had to break off because the other guy tried to attack me. But yeah, I've not encountered the problem with the combat system, even with loads of enemies on the screen as well. You can also block more than one enemy as well if 2 of them are swinging at the same time, because your Wraith comes out and actually blocks them as well. This is the guy I rescued before. Obviously it's reset the mission because I ventured outside the mission zone.
Will you help?
But this time, there ain't really going to be a war chief there this time. I keep calling him war chief, captain there. There ain't going to be a captain there this time.
Captain's fighting again? They need to get it together and quit their squabbling.
I think I say this is how you can quickly transition from full-on combat to stealth. Don't know how he saw me from that distance, but he did. But yeah, quite a big battle coming up now. Getting another example there. Just flick between them all. Bow and arrow, close range, it just works. When you get your focus bar going up, you can headshot them at a pretty close range if you want to. Yeah, see another example there. Back away from him, flicking to your bow, take an archer out. blow a head off. Just so fluid it is, so fluid. There's tons of different death animations as well. Heads flying, arms lopping off, legs lopping off, body slashes, being run through with swords, the head being run through with swords. It's just absolutely crazy, to be honest with you. Now I've just jump cut here just to show you some daylight footage and just to show you what happens when you advance time, or if time passes naturally. So yeah, advance time there. And this is where obviously events will still play out. So these two orcs challenge each other to a duel. One will obviously be victorious, gain power and rank. Some will die, some positions will be filled, vacated, people promoted, and everything going on. It's obviously all happening now because I've just skipped. So yeah, we're on the daylight now. Look what missions we've got available. So we've got quite a few beast hunting missions available. This is where Chief will prove how brave he is to again gain popularity and favour by pitting himself against the beast. There it is down there. So we'll go have a look at that mission, and as you can see, it does look quite different in daylight. But like I say, graphically it's really good. So I'm just checking if I have the information on this war chief that's going to be in this event here, but I don't think I have the information on him, so I'm going in a bit blind really. It's a bit Assassin's Creedy like that one when you jump off your towers into your bales of hay, but your Wraith does that for you. Yeah, so this captain is going to show off basically by attacking a caged beast. Well, he's going to get let out the cage, obviously, and you've got to spoil his plans.
I'll beat you bloody.
The beast can quite easily kill him here as well. Don't all go to plan. No, I'm just testing out a new move there. I've got a move called Pin, which you pin an orc to the ground with the arrows and they can't move, but it didn't work there. Maybe you can't do it on camera, I don't know. But yeah, this is where I'm letting the beast do a little bit of the work for me here. Because if they start attacking you, the beast, you can get taken down pretty quick. So there's my first interaction with the boss. You get the mission complete thing because all the beasts have been slain, so he's technically completed his boast and earned extra power. But now he's going to get taken down by me. But this is where you can use tactics, you see, because look what's to the left of me, there's a caged beast there. So, to help me out, especially when all these guys pile in, quick dodge away once we get a little bit of space between us. Flick the old bow out, blow the door open if you can hit the door, because I missed it first shot, let the beast out, and getting all fucking shit hits the van. So now I've got a big bloody beast to contend with as well, so he's dead, bow ruin dropped. Right, now I go and get out of the way and rely on my handiwork. But yeah guys, I'm really enjoying this. I'd say definitely worth a purchase. Right now it's going to be a cracking game. I reckon it's going to be a very long game as well. So yeah, very good indeed guys. Graphically it's sound. Like I say, as long as you can get over the grey and blackness of the dark colours used in the game, It's graphically sound. The music is excellent. It borrows quite a bit from the movie theme tunes and that kind of inspiration, that kind of musical score. The voice acting's spot on. The story's been pretty good so far. The combat's as fluid as you like, and there's an awful lot of variety in it, and you can quite easily switch from range weapons, close combat weapons, stealth, all very very easily, and it doesn't look like it's forced in any way. It looks very very fluid and smooth, like it should be. So yeah, well impressed there. And the Nemesis system, which is the star of the show really, because in effect it provides unlimited content, because these orcs will continuously repopulate the areas or take up fallen captains' positions and provide content for you to do. So it's basically infinite content really on this game if you don't mind to keep taking the orc captains down. So yeah, I'd probably give this a solid 8.5 out of 10 really. Very very good, well pleased about it, and it's going to be very very enjoyable. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed that, and at least you may know a little bit more about the game, which might make you be able to make a bit more of an informed decision if you want to buy it or not. But I'd certainly recommend it. Very good game indeed guys, probably one of the best next gen games that have actually come out so far.